Hey everybody, welcome to the next commentary. Today we are playing some Ryze mid in the unranked challenge with only viewer picks. We are not just playing Ryze, but we also are going to be going for a kind of unique build path because they said to build every single lost chapter item in the game, which is what we're going to be doing. We are versus Azir. Azir is all about his soldiers, so you want to stay away from those because those are his auto attack. Ryze is a champion that benefits from mana, so going a bunch of lost chapter items isn't really that bad. But normally being a bit tankier with like Rod of Ages is good. Of course, we can't do that because of the build path. But the reason why it's kind of important is because we're short range, but we have super low CD abilities. Ryze has a meme of EQ, EQ, EQ combo. That's because whenever you use W or E, it resets your Q. Your W is a much longer cooldown than E, though, so your E is really the one that allows you to EQ. So I'll do right there. Now, how Ryze functions is that your Q is your main damage source, but what you want to do is also use your E. So your Q is a skill shot. It just throws a little ball of energy at people, and it will stop on first target. Your E is a point-and-click ability that will deal damage to something and then spread onto other people. The spread does not deal damage, it just spreads around. So if I hit this minion, it will only hit the minion, but as you can see, they have these little blue indicator beneath them that only lasts, like, 4 seconds or something. And, when you use your Q, if it hits something that has the indicator beneath it, it will deal bonus damage. So that's the first thing. So that's really important to land it onto people that have the E underneath them because you want to deal as much damage as possible. And then also, it will cause it to bounce to each other nearby person that also has the E underneath them. So if somebody's really far away, it won't like bounce all the way to somebody else, but it will bounce to everybody in that area. And then your W is a point-and-click slow. Of course, it resets your Q. But if there's E underneath that one, it will snare them instead. When you hit them with W or Q, it will get rid of the E, so you can't, like, snare somebody and hit them with big damage. You have to choose. But, of course, the cooldown is so low on E, you can normally do both. Lethal Tempo, honestly, might be too difficult for me to fight. Damn, dude. And even with Flash, well, Lee Sin was just in a better position. That little bit of damage is the reason why I died. You can actually fight people early on like Azir, but I got myself killed because I was fighting him with somebody else also rotating. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get an assist. But he dies, though, still. That's okay. So, we scale, but that doesn't mean that Ryze is, like, weak early game. You totally can beat people if you do good resets and stuff. The way that you beat people is by... Dude, I don't have any wards. I don't exactly know what you want me to do here. So I basically have ruined my lane state because of what you just asked me to do. But at least the Lee Sin was low, I guess. I don't know. Probably should have not helped out my jungler with whatever she was asking me to help out with, but that's okay. Anyways, Ryze has special scaling in his kit where he gets bonus damage from building mana. So he has AP ratios, but he also has mana ratios on his abilities, which is unique. A lot of champions do not have mana ratios where more mana equals more damage. And also Ryze's passive is an AP ratio that increases your total mana. So if you build a bunch of lost chapter items, you will have a bunch of mana. If you have a bunch of mana, it will make it so Archangels is stronger, of course, because that gives you bonus AP based off of your mana. And also, it is going to give you just more damage on everything. So if I get to build all 4 lost chapter items, it honestly could be really crazy. once I build a death cap. Because if I finish my decap, it could be pretty influential to be able to have a ridiculous amount of mana. Dang, dude, I couldn't even kill him fast enough because the Azir wall pushed me. The Poppy E onto Lee Sin made me miss, but that's not really her fault. I need to actually just probably hold on to my abilities and let her do it, and then after she does it, then I go in after. So, it's okay. I mean, 1-2, we're even with this guy. The wave state is even. Other things to now talk about, now that you understand his kit. Your ultimate is a portal that will take everybody inside of it that is an ally to a new destination. If you get crowd control during it, it will not take anybody. It will just cancel it. It takes forever for the ultimate to pop. It takes like 3 seconds. So unless somebody isn't going to like one-shot you, it's only good to like run a... Oh, is he going to get that? No, he doesn't. Nice. I was trying to stop him from getting the plate. Phase Rush is good on Ryze because you're short range, and being able to like catch up to people is pretty powerful. Every single time you put a point into your ultimate is very substantial because your ultimate increases damage of your Q based off of your flux, which is your E, every level up. So what happens is that as I put more points into my ultimate, then my EQ combo gets stronger. And it will continue getting stronger up to 100% bonus damage at max rank. Dude, this is so frustrating. I'm just gonna leave. I can't chase that guy. The Lee Sin caused that fight to not go well because he kicked me away before I could kill the Gwen. Also, when Gwen is inside of her W, not only is she immune, but she also does get bonus armor and magic resist. I don't know why Azir lane swap bot side as well. If I get hit by Varus Q, it's kind of chill as long as I'm inside the minion wave because... Varus Q does less damage for each target hit and makes it very weak, so... Staying inside the minion wave is okay? Dude. What on earth is going on, guys? What on earth is going on with these fights? I don't even understand what you guys are both attempting. Like, I'm trying to base, we can see that I'm trying to base, but everybody's just walking into the enemy team. And then I feel forced to try to assist with their weird play to try to maybe salvage 1 kill, because them going 0 for 2 sounds stupid. At least if we can go for, like, 1 for 3, because then I maybe can get, like, an advantage in some way. Whatever, though. I don't really understand what is going on. The Lee Sin maybe is just... really good at Lee Sin or something, because it feels like he has full control of the game. Thankfully, though, we will outscale Lee Sin in a way, because my champion gets so nuts late game. Put more points into my E, so it's lower CD. We're not finishing Archangels because it takes too long to finish it. Normally, tier-wise, you can see that this guy might get dove top lane, but I doubt it, because, I mean... diving at Ornn seems a little bit challenging, honestly. I'm just going to clear out this pink ward real fast. He did, in fact, die top lane, so it did not work out. I'm on the way to whatever this fight is. Doesn't really seem that crazy, though. So another thing to also know is that whenever you use your Q, you expend all of your runes. You get 1 rune every single time you use W or E. They do last a bit as well. So if you do like E, you get 1 rune, which shows above here. If I press E again, I get another rune. And then when I expend it, you get bonus movement speed. So if you ever want to run away from somebody, you could EWQ quickly to run. I was thinking that Rel was going to try to do something there, but I guess not. Still don't really understand why I'm against Varus, but whatever. managed to at least juke his Q, because if I got hit by that, I probably would have died. That damage, when he has, like, a bunch of his stacks on me, does so much, even if he's not AP. So it's very scary moment. Lee Sin was coming mid, Poppy's pinging it, even though I saw it preemptively, but it's not bad to ping anyways, just in case. They do have a lot of magic damage, so I'll probably go Merc Treads. Remember that we are kind of short range, we're like a bruisery champion, we're about... As soon as Lee Sin commits, then I'm here too, because we need to kill this Lee Sin, he's so freaking important to kill. Because that guy's giga money. I'm super rich now. Huge amount of money for myself. So a way to counter Ryze is fighting him inside of a wave, because then I can't use my Q very effectively, but thankfully we can just try to spread it onto minions, and then when it spreads, it will still hit the enemy, so it's not that big of a counter. It is still somewhat effective, though, because sometimes Ryze likes fighting through EW to snare, but then you can't spread because you snared them, so then your Q can't hit if they're inside of a wave. It's just a good way of, like, fighting people. Is that TP top? Yeah, it is. I mean, I'll probably just ulti away. So he just tried to TP behind me. I use my ultimate to run because as long as he doesn't interrupt me, I just need to stand inside of the area and I will TP out. So he effectively wasted his TP, which is awesome. We deal crazy amounts of damage when we get to spread on people over and over again and combo with EQ. So right there, I was able to land a ridiculous hit with a bunch of my E hits and destroy her. Just Q the brush if she's in there would like hit. Probably dead, but I kill her with me. The difficult part of playing Ryze with a Lost Chapter build is just that I'm like squishy as hell. I also wanted to stay within her thing because she was still low, even though I knew that I could maybe still die. I'm not worth a big shutdown, so I'm okay with 1-for-1 trades because I do think as the game continues, we might be able to just kite her out. This spike point, when I finish Archangel, should be significant because if I'm not going Rod of Ages, at least this will give me a shield every single, 2 minutes when I get low, and that will be kind of important for me to not just, like, die. A lot of Ryze builds do involve high AP, but a lot of times he also has some type of, like, defensive item to help himself and stuff. So I have another point in my ultimate. That means that my Q damage has once again increased when I do my EQ combo. I don't know why we're trying to FF. I do have Gathering Storm for late game scaling too. I'm so screwed here. There's no way I can escape this. Man, I hate being versus these two, and it feels like the side lanes are also losing, so I'm just, like, permanently numbers disadvantage fights. At least I got a shutdown, though. Like, we are just never fighting together, ever. The Rel is down 2 levels, too, which also blows. This is not a good fight. The reason why this is not a good fight is Rel just wasted all of her abilities because there's no way Poppy, of all people, can ever deal enough damage to kill any of those guys. The damage is on all of us together, but probably mainly me, Lucian, Poppy, and Poppy still is kind of mostly CC, I would say. Can we please just fight as a team? I beg. The Azir is behind, but doesn't really matter. Catching this guy is really challenging. Actually, it might not be. I got him. It looks like she's trying to bait me, so I'm just not going to fall for it. So I managed to get a solo kill. I die. Our teammates are just doing raptors. Feels like it's me versus the world right now. That's okay, though. I mean, at least we have another item completed, and we can start building our next Lost Chapter item. We're going to build Malignance last, because obviously that's the most trash one, since it literally does not affect my ultimate in any good way. We did get one of the biggest shutdowns in the game by killing this Varus. I got a huge amount of money for myself. I am definitely the strongest member of the team now. We want to fight with Ornn, Poppy, Rel together, and then we have a DPS character with them. Like, they are the crowd control, they are the we will keep you alive peel, hopefully. And then we have the damage. Now, we might get engaged on. I'm going to TP in just in case this for some reason ended up bad, because I'm just too nervous about my teammates getting caught, even though it looks like they probably win. Ooh, that was crazy good, dude. Nice. And I got both kills, too, which is also super sick, because I am the damage dealer, and being able to have the gold on the carries is really good. I did slow him, so he should die here, and that's just a 1-for-1 trade after... Oh, never mind, he does not. Oh, use Illusional. Okay, don't even need it. Not bad, although we should defend bot lane with somebody. So Blackfire Torch is the next item. We do have Gathering Storm, and that will, of course, influence how much max mana I get. Right now, Seraph's, as you can see, gives me 64 bonus mana. It'll probably give me over 90 later on, as I continue finishing my items and stuff. Ooh, look at all the crowd control. And Lucian was able to deal damage too. That's huge. Too bad I just respawned and the fight was breaking out without me being there, though. Looks like the enemy team probably can just secure the objective. I think. If he's on Dragon, he shouldn't be here, though. Oh no, he is here. I was trying to get it, but couldn't do it. I probably can't even shove this out through concern of maybe getting engaged on, because they just finished Dragon, so there's a lot of people bot side. Pretty decent damage onto her. She used her W and wasted it in a way. She flashed away. I mean, getting her flash is still an objective for the team. So it's really not that bad to get that. The Ornn is also, you know, getting tanky and stuff, and Ornn's Ornn. He can crowd control people for us. There is no way this Lee Sin's actually stepping up like that. Wow. Surprised he killed. I was waiting for Gwen W to expire rather than go in, because I felt like it would be better. Also, that person walked into my E, and then the E spread of being on her means that if I just press W, it's a snare, and a point-and-click snare, if your teammates are around, normally just ends up to be a kill if they're a squishy target. So that was like a huge misplay by her. When the E was on her, she should not step up, because that's just too simple for me to kill. I'm gonna get my runes up by Eing twice, because we want to engage on this guy. So I'm gonna snare. I still have archangels here, so he won't kill me. He'll just get heavily damaged. And he's just trying to hero play. Hero plays are so grief to do. This was a waste of Ornn TP. There's no reason to use it like that. You should never do hero plays. It just makes the game even harder to play if you do that, because you just pointlessly died. We still have another Lost Chapter item to go, too. So we're still not able to build that deathcap just yet. We still have one more. So I'm pretty freaking strong at this point. I do have my ultimate still, which could be used to kind of roam a little bit to try to, like, fight with my teammates. My damage is really nuts if I can, as long as just EQ and I land it. If you're fighting without minions and stuff, you can, of course, miss your Q. I'm wondering if I'm just gonna get ganked. Because our vision control bot side is kind of meh. You can see that my team is like trying to do something mid. I just haven't seen Lee Sin in so long. It's only those two though, so I don't know where Lee Sin is. So I snare Lee Sin, keep him locked down. Lee Sin was trying to kick the person into the opponent, but it didn't work. As long as we fight with me, we should win, guys. The reason why I kept on going in is because that was a pink ward on this, meaning that they can't see me. And if they can't see me, that means I can get into range. And the range is the most important part. As long as I can get the distance closed, my damage should be enough to just one-shot. So when I hit, not Lucian, the Varus with everything, he just explodes, right? Because remember, I'm also, every single time I level up my ultimate, it's getting stronger and stronger. We're about to be level 16, where my Q will just deal double damage. Right now it does 495, so we'll just round it up to 500. Boom. It's gonna deal, if I press EQ, 1,000 damage, and that doesn't even count, like, the E damage, of course, also does 500 as well. So Lost Chapter is... Oh, Malignance is just straight up done. So we are done with the build for the beginning. Now we just want to probably go deathcap. I know it's really going to suck because I don't have like a Void Staff or anything, but they barely have any MR. So it's okay. It can sometimes suck not having a Void Staff, and this game doesn't seem that bad. If you ever want to get into a situation where you can walk in without like killing yourself like this Ornn is about to... Oh, you're so freaking lucky you didn't get hit by that. I'm gonna heal myself a little bit. This Varus was super low, but I don't know if he's brush camping, and if I walk into his Q, it could be kind of bad, so that's why I'm trying to respect him. But he's just screwed too. So yeah, we went from 7-7-7 to 13-7, right? As long as I can land EQ combos onto people, it does so much. In fact, I missed a bunch on Gwen. If I landed it, it probably would have killed her. There's some tricks that I do. For instance, sometimes it's good to press E on a target and not immediately Q, then W EQ, so then you can like land a crazy good combo. Or not. Like, look at this damage. See? That's what I'm talking about. If I can E and then wait, because your ECD is 1 second, right? If I wait patiently and then press W and then EQ, they're snared so they can't move, and they will get hit by, of course, like a nuke, because we're at level 16, so this now does 100% bonus damage. It does 600, so that's 1,200 damage. It doesn't even count, like, of course, these dealing so much too. You can't get her. I tried. What does Malignance do on Ryze? Absolutely freaking nothing. It gives you mana and ultimate CD. I really want to get to my deathcap because that will show that this build, honestly, isn't grief if you get to full. Because the damage from your Q is so crazy. I don't know if this actually will deal more damage than a generic build, but it should deal a ton. Since I'm going to increase my mana by such a substantial amount if I finish this. I'm not going to fight this guy. It's not worth maybe throwing away my advantage that I have. Even though I could maybe one-tap him. I don't have any defensive items, too. Man, we might be able to end before I can even finish my decap. I'm so sad. I really wanted that. Well, at least we finished the 4 last chapter build. Let's just kill this Gwen. I'll show you guys how crazy the damage is, even though I've already showed it a few times already. So what we're going to do is snare her first, and then after snaring, then we do the thing. I'm going to wait for her to start these. Oh, she didn't even start them. Bummer. I really thought that she was going to start them and not care about trying to save her teammates. That sucks. Whatever. Bummer. You can kill people in base with minions. Oh, you got me. Dang, I was not paying attention. I was only looking at Senna. So when you bring minions into the base, also you can use that trick to also bring minions to, like, turret faster or different lanes. The inhibitor, or not the inhibitor, the platform turret, which is different, right? That will not focus champions. It will only focus minions first. So if you bring a bunch of minions in, you can kill people at spawn, which is kind of goofy. Well played, everybody. I was pretty frustrated about the weird early game, but we already know that we're a scaling pick, and when I do reach certain spikes, I'm going to deal some pretty crazy damage. You can see that I did most damage on my team, and we managed to make a bit of a comeback, I guess, in a way. Because I feel like that one kill onto Varus was the biggest part. In fact, I'm kind of curious what our gold was. So we were down 6,000 gold. Was this first throw from the kill that I got? No. When did I kill Varus? Oh, it's here. When I killed Varus, their gold went up? I guess it's because they got 2 turrets on me during that timing, huh? Because this probably was the shutdown kill. And then after that, then I was able to, I guess, get a good team fight with the team. And that's when the throw happened. But yeah, that's Ryze mid lane. That's how you can play a Lost Chapter build, and it's not like super grief on him, because even though Malignance isn't very good, it still does buff your abilities significantly. And of course, the shield from this is based off of your mana. You have more mana than everybody in the entire game, because you literally have a passive that increases your mana by a percentage. Nobody else has something like that. So the shield is also gigantic from that item. I should have looked at how much Saris was giving me at the end. But anyways, see you guys later. Peace out. Bye. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the next commentary of the Unranked Challenger with only viewer picks. We were playing some Briar top. I think that they said Briar mid, but sadly I got auto-filled, so we're playing a top lane instead. Lane Briar is a champion that takes about level 3 to turn online, I would say. It's because your W, which is your main damage source and what you level up first, is actually super bad level 1 in lane, because it causes you to automatically go for any nearby champion, which means they can just drag you underneath turret and kill you. So it's best to just sit back and just play for getting to your level 3 spike, because there are ways of stopping Berserk, like your E. Your E is what you start with. Your E is a scream. You charge it, you heal yourself, you have damage reduction while it's charging as well. Briar has 0 health regen in her kit, so be aware that you cannot heal yourself. But she does have a bleed on every single auto attack and every single ability use, so if you're able to just hit the opponent, you will get pretty decent healing. I'm just gonna full scream. The reason I'm doing full scream instead of just like holding on to it or like doing a short one is because it does heal you for the duration that you hold it down. So it's better just to hold it at least a little bit instead of just like tapping it. And also the damage increases and stuff too. Darn, dude, I was hoping to get to Lily in time, but she might be able to still kill. She has flash. Nice, okay. She might get both. She has no flash. If she doesn't touch my wave in a bad way to make it so it doesn't slow push towards her, that's also good. This seems like it's slow pushing towards me. So, we have lethal tempo. What your W Berserk does is that you lose control of your character and you will target the enemy champion. It does have 2 casts to it. The first cast is a hop, and then after the hop, you Berserk into anything that's within this range. It will try to focus enemy champions. You get bonus attack speed and bonus movement speed, and it is a pretty significant amount, because obviously the trade-off is losing control of your character, so you want to Berserk like that. We're just gonna combo her real fast and just get some good damage off. Looks like this will also hit her into the wall here, which is crazy good. And this guy is so screwed. She's super chunked. So if you ever want to shove in a wave, you can Berserk on the wave. And you might think that, will a Briar like Berserk onto the enemy? No. I'm just gonna let my teammate get the kill. So, if for some reason Camille was near me, which she wasn't, but let's pretend she was, and Briar would want to Berserk onto Camille and run underneath turret, the way to counter that is your Q is a ranged hop stun. It also shreds armor and magic resist, but think of it just as a stun, because the shred is pretty not amazing. If you hop onto minions, Briar will now focus closest target, no matter who it is, rather than focus champions. So if there's a bunch of minions, she will just continue hitting the minion wave and not chase, and you can like farm out in front of her. But a lot of people know how it works is that when you do that, the enemy will hit you because you're not going to hit them back, especially if they're ranged. They have to be close enough that Briar will aggro onto them. The second cast of your W is a bite. You will just bite one time. The bite does bonus damage depending on how low the target is, and it does percent missing. So you want to bite when they are low, but in many cases when I'm biting Camille, you might see that I'm doing it very quickly. That's because Camille has her passive shield, and I would prefer to bite her before she even gets it. So right here, I bit her before she got that shield. And then, that's fine. I might get ganked. I mean, we are pretty far up. And, Sejuani's pretty good at ganking, too. Now, your bite also heals you, and Briar's passive is one that is HP related, which is why lethality Briar is as crazy as she used to be, because they, like, made it so she has HP scalings on a lot of her stuff. And it will heal you for a percentage of the damage you deal, so technically, if you're low HP, you're going to heal for more. If you bite somebody that's low, you're going to deal more, which heals more. And then if you're low yourself, you're going to heal for a ton. Briar's passive means all types of healing. If you have a Soraka on your team, congratulations. You're going to heal more from your Soraka. Because it just means every single type of healing. Buying items that are healing, it increases based off of your passive as well. And this has HP scaling on it. You're just dead. I don't even need to use my Ignite on you. Now, the other part of the thing was talking about... I'm so screwed here. I was hoping that Lily would somehow tank, but I guess she couldn't. It's okay. I'll take it. The other part was like saying what people taste like when I kill them. Camille tastes like... I feel like it's just going to be food-related. I'm going to just say, like, food-related stuff. Camille tastes like licorice. If you want to know my thought process, it's because Camille is actually old as hell, even though she's, like, a cybernetic whatever. She's supposed to be, like, grandma age. And licorice, I correlate with, like, grandparents. Because I feel like I never see young people eat licorice unless it was given to them. So that's the reasoning. Nico tastes like, I don't know, sherbet ice cream because she can transform. And for some reason, I just feel like that's what sherbet ice cream's power would be. Which is, like, kind of, like, multiple colors. So those are the two tastes that I've had. So this time I'm going to wait for the shield to expire before biting her. But you can see how Briar's kind of brain dead champion to play. She's so simple to play. Now, the other things that you should note is that your E-Scream, when you hold it down, it pushes people away. If you push them into a wall, it will deal way more damage and also stun them. So it's pretty effective to do that kind of stuff. The reason why I'm not screaming anymore is because I'm trying to make it so when she steps up her minions, I can immediately berserk without fear of maybe getting underneath her turret. Also, if people leave like this, you can do like a bite on a low HP minion and scream to not shove out the way because you might ruin it. And you see how I just sustain myself in lane by biting something low? It's a pretty good way of doing it, I would say. I'm pissed. If you hit any champion, you will go to it. Your ultimate is almost global. It's not completely global. As you can see on the map, I can't go bot lane. You are a absolute psychopath for being up this far. I think you just might die to the burn. Oh, nope. I probably can just get her with next bite, right? I was worried that maybe she would ulti, and if she ultis, she will make it so I go for minions, so I just flash bit her instead. And the reason for going Titanic Hydra... Also, you can Q onto allies and Q onto ally wards, so you can ward hop. The ward hop is so short, though, that I would say in most cases, it is not really too useful. But, yeah, you might find a use occasionally with it, where you can, like, ward hop over, like, a wall or something that's short, because it's such a short range. It's not like Lee Sin W. Lee Sin W is very long. The reason for Titanic is because... it's nice. Your W feels like an auto attack reset, so you should do auto attack and then W very quickly. This is an auto attack reset, so you can do auto attack, Titanic, auto attack, W, and it feels like a very nice combo for big damage. So that's why it's so powerful. Your ultimate, when you land onto an enemy champion, you will berserk indefinitely until they die, or you stop it yourself with your E. And the Berserk effect is just a stronger effect of the normal Berserk. Normal Berserk is movement speed and attack speed, right? The Empowered Berserk is more movement speed, more attack speed, and lifesteal, so you get a brand new stat, and armor magic resist. You will lose all of the stats if you stop the Berserk. Sometimes, if you're like half HP and you want to scream to stop the Berserk, it might be more worthwhile to continue chasing, because if you continue chasing, you will still have the benefit of having armor and magic resist stats, and that hopefully will like allow you to sustain yourself during your next W. The other thing to note is that you will deal magic damage on hit when you first hit them, and also everybody that is in the area, because there's a area around them, will get feared for a little bit. So if you hit an enemy AD carry and the whole entire enemy team stacks on top of them to try to keep them alive, you will fear them. Which gives you a moment of like maybe being able to do stuff because of that. So I just did a really fast combo there. I also screamed her against the wall to make sure that I got bonus damage off. And you can see how chunked she is already, and we're just trying to get this turret. It's very low. We're super close to getting it. I'm just gonna bite a minion here. We probably can just full tanker and just not even care. I'm just gonna pop a potion preemptively, though, just in case. She'll die to ignite, for sure. I'm just gonna scream the Sejuani away. And, nice. I'm trying to pressure hard, but not be so far up that I can get crowd controlled under turret, because that would suck. I'm just trying to shove out. Titanic is also good for wave clear, because Briar does have cleave, but of course being able to have your auto attacks like clear back wave kind of quickly is very nice. I have a ridiculous amount of gold. I'm just trying to abuse the moment of the Camille being dead and get some damage on the turret, because it's much harder to hit turrets when there's other people in the lane with you. Doesn't matter who it is, even if the Camille is weak. And they have a ridiculous amount of CC this game, and I'm not afraid of this Camille because she's just getting dominated by me, so I'm just going to go for Merc Treads to make it so Sejuani and Nico and even Hui deal less and also don't CC for me as long. Your W, if you have nothing around, is just a hop because you won't berserk because there's nothing to berserk to. So you can hop to stuff. Your abilities cost HP, though, so I'm making myself take damage. It's not that big of a deal, though, because, I mean, Briar heals for a ton. One of the easiest ways to counter Briar is just literally healing. I mean, buying anti-heal. If she just bought anti-heal, I would be struggling much more. You should just buy it early on. It should be your very first item, just like Warwick. You just buy anti-heal immediately, make it so I have to make a decision of healing myself on waves and stuff. Now, I could continue playing aggressive. I just don't know if I'm going to get ganked by Sedge, which is scary. But at the same time, I might be able to 2v1 them because they have absolutely zero anti-heal, though. Just a little bit of damage. I'm just going to stop the Berserk to make it so I don't go underneath turret. Remember that you also have a bleed on the target, so if you step up towards the turret, even with minions around, you might tank it because there's a bleed. Okay, we see that. Thankfully, Sejuani's bot side. Now, my ultimate can be used to try to join this fight, if need be. So I'll just use it like here. If it lands on somebody, that's perfect, especially a squishy target. And it landed on probably the worst possible person. Because I am going to take a ridiculous amount of damage, but somehow survive because I flashed away. Jeez, dude, that was close. I mean, I only was worth a tiny shutdown, though. Did we get the dragon? We did. Nice. Okay, cool. So I joined the fight from topside using my ultimate. The reason why I'm going for this guy is because I'm a Briar. If you come for me when I'm low HP, if you don't one-shot me, I should still be okay. I don't really know if Janna needed to do that. The reason why I'm not berserking again is because if I berserk onto the Sejuani, I do not have a way to stop myself. If she runs underneath turret, I'm just going to follow her. And I have no way to stop it. Your ability kind of is the way to stop, right? I queued the minions there, so that caused the minions to get focused instead of the Nico in front of my face. Remember that you should use it so you don't accidentally go for somebody underneath turret, because that would be stupid. We can always use our E to heal ourselves, by the way. The healing from it is not that bad. Okay, I'm just gonna... Oh, thank goodness she didn't get in range. I was gonna say I'm gonna bite this to heal myself, and then I will de-aggro because nothing will be nearby. MF almost got in range, though, and if I started running at her, that could have been bad. A trick that you can do if you ever aggro onto somebody is start shooting your ultimate, and probably just, if you really don't want to fight, shoot it backwards. Briar has to stop to kick her ultimate. So because she has to stop, then you're stopping yourself for a moment. It doesn't stop Berserk, but your character has to literally do an animation. So that's one way to, like, slow yourself down from accidentally diving. Also, I have a pretty ridiculous amount of money. I'm just gonna ulti down bot side and just hope it lands. People do hear this noise. And if it doesn't land, then oh well. I tried. I'm just gonna start hitting mid because it looks like they left lane for a second, and that is me backing away. You can use your E to make it so you take less damage from turret because it gives you damage reduction from legitimately everything, including turrets. And, well, I guess not true damage, I guess, not legitimately everything, but I feel like everybody knows you can't stop true damage. We should back off. There's no reason to fight this. It's stupid. Okay. Okay, well, I'm just probably going to die here. Well, I did say that it's stupid. I can't run away. If I tried running away, I would just die. I tried berserking, and my character doesn't go in because she was too close to Nico. There's no reason to do anything, but... Unfortunate. That's, like, the only reasoning that matters. Spend money and fight after. I would have never got into the situation that I was in if I didn't try to salvage the teammate from trying to fight somebody that I didn't want to be a part of. So I hate dying that way. There is no way this person would continue pushing. That'd be psychotic. I don't want to waste my ultimate because honestly the cooldown does feel kind of long at times, but sometimes I do feel like I'd hold on to my ultimate too long though. Sometimes I feel that I just don't use it very effectively. Do we want to fight that or not? Because we're gonna have to fight without our fizz. Why is she not ulting? Why is she not ulting? Why is she not ulting? Oh god, I'm just gonna die before I can get to him. Why did Lilia not ulti? So she hit the freaking 80 carry and Sejuani, and at any point she could press R, which would have been so good for us, I swear. It would have been crazy strong. But I'm glad that the fight honestly ended up okay. It does suck that my ultimate was not used on somebody that, like, was not dying, but at least we salvaged the fight a little bit as a team. We'll still take it, I think. Nice juke on the fizz. He probably gets this guy. Oh, maybe he doesn't. Wow, is he really that fast? Yeah, never mind. He definitely does not die. Bummer. Nice try, dude. I think Janet could probably save him, right? I'm surprised at how long I lived. I really thought I was just gonna die straight up. We don't have Lilia ultimate, and that's kind of a big deal, dude. I don't really know how realistic it is to fight a fight like this with having, like, no cooldowns on so many people. Our team comp is pretty bad when we don't have everybody ready. Although, Lilia ultimate is coming back up, and I'm kind of down to force something, because it could be pretty substantial to force them into a tiny little area with Lilia ultimate and my ultimate. I have depression. Apparently I don't know how to land my ultimate onto that guy. I'm just going to heal myself, bite that. As you can see, it healed me for 510. I'm just not going to get hit by that as well. I just don't know if other people are with this guy. Otherwise, I think I could fight. I'm just worried about people being behind him. Like, that's my main concern. Because my CDs are low enough that normally you can just continue running people down. Hey, why are you here? Briar will seek out people that you can't see if there's an enemy champion in the area, so as you can see, it like is, oh, there's a person here, I'm going, type deal. I don't know if this guy has ultimate, but if she doesn't, I could one-tap her. I might get ganked as well, though, but my ultimate's coming back up. And she doesn't have anti-heal, too. I probably can't get her. Turns out I have enough healing to keep myself alive, though, and then I'm just going to heal off these real fast. Oh, God, I'm actually so screwed. I should have not berserked again. Oh, I'm actually fine. Okay, cool. And I also have... Okay, so the reason why you go, like, Black Cleaver and stuff is, firstly, remember that you have the scaling of this. I get up to 76% increased healing based on how low I am. So, that's a ridiculous amount. But a lot of times, and you might notice another thing, in my opinion, Legend attack speed, whatever, sucks. Legend haste is the way to go, because having more ability haste feels so freaking good to constantly have your W either up or coming back up if you need to stop yourself from dying. Because if you have a 0 CDR build, which would be like Borg Titanic and Legend attack speed, and you don't take like Legend haste, when you go in, sometimes you can never re-berserk yourself if you made a mistake and you have to, like, stop going. So, in my opinion, haste is extremely valuable. This will just kill her. What would Misfortune taste like? I guess I did kill her, huh? Misfortune would taste salty. Because she's a pirate. I don't know. Have I killed Hui? Hui would taste like depression. I don't freaking know, man. He's a sad boy, right? So yeah, we are getting to the phase where if you are fed on this champion, you can go into a huge team fight, and if they do not, like, kite you, which is possible with, like, a lot of CC and stuff, or have any form of anti-heal, by the way, which is crazy that they aren't doing that, you just kill people. Now, other things to note are Death Stance is so strong when you have a build like this, because now I have crazy sustain, and Death Stance will make it so I take way less damage, and if people start dying, the Death Stance removes all that damage that I would have taken, and also heals you for a little bit too. The best way to fight would be landing my ultimate onto a squishy. The worst way would be landing my ultimate onto Sedge or a Nico clone. I threw out my ultimate thinking that the person was going to kite upwards towards blue buff, but I was wrong. They did not kite the way that I was anticipating. It looks like they're just giving us dragon though, so we should just finish it. The dragon was not de-aggroing for me, so that's why I stuck around. I was trying to base there, because I wanted to go top lane to stop Camille from shoving. Not bad, though. Our ultimate scales with AD for how much armor and magic resist you get. So right now we get 55 armor and MR, which is alright. It's not really that insane, I would say. The biggest thing is that it also gives you, like, movement speed and lifesteal, right? Huh. This fight's gonna be a bit awkward for me. I just needed to hit anybody with healing. You are so lucky, Nico. I swear if I auto-attack that Nico, I might have been able to sustain myself, because I swear my Sundered Sky was coming back up. But we win the game. So that's how I play Nico. I mean, yeah, that's how I play Nico, guys. Did I not describe somebody like Sejuani? Sejuani, in my opinion, would just taste like an icicle. I don't freaking know, dude, because she is ice. But so would Anivia and so would Lissandra. So yeah, GG's, guys, we win. That's how you play Camille. I like Lethal Tempo more than Conqueror because I feel like bonus attack speed just feels kind of busted on the character. I did most damage in the game. We can also, like, look at the healing done, 37,000. The self-mitigated damage was 35,000, with the damage take in being 40k. So the mitigated was a little bit less than the damage taken. So that's about it. Thanks for watching again. Stay tuned if you guys want to see more. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye. Hey everybody, welcome to the next commentary in the Unranked Challenge with only viewer picks. We are playing some Azir top into an Aatrox. They said to play Azir top while also explaining how Azir is extremely OP and should not be buffed next patch. Azir is strong because he scales. The early game is not going to be easy, but of course we can try to like auto attack him and stuff, which could be good. Your damage, as you can see, basically is just like a regular auto attack. So your early levels are just like range advantage, but not really damage at all, because 50 damage is basically just a regular hit if I was to hit him if I was not using a soldier. Azir scales well because his AP ratio on his soldier is okay, and when you build Nashor's Tooth to increase that AP ratio again, because Azir applies on hit effects, you can make it deal even more. Think of Azir kind of like a scaling champion, like an AD carry. An AD carry, a lot of times during the early game, as long as it's not like Draven or something, will take time to get to certain item spikes to make it so they make their auto attacks benefit from what they buy rather than their abilities, and Azir is kind of the same way. Of course, having more levels in my W is also kind of important. I would say like level 7 is when finally your damage feels okay. I also should have put another point to my E there, because I put 2 points in my W and I feel like that's not really worth it, just in case this guy like can combo me. But yeah, we just play the range game against him, constantly trying to harass. He didn't even try to hit me there for some reason, but I'm just going to play far away because I'm worried about getting comboed by him. We play around our soldiers. When you auto-attack somebody with multiple soldiers, it does not double the damage, but it does increase it. I want to make sure I don't miss the cannon. He landed a really good combo onto me, which is difficult for me to fight against because I don't have my E available. But we did hit back, and also my teammate is not going to help. I thought that Graves was coming top and I was going to bait, but he was going for a Scuttle Crab. Now, Azir used to be a Q-maxer, and you'd poke people. It's not like that at all anymore. So be aware that your damage stems from your auto attacks. Your damage is pretty freaking bad until you have a bunch of points in your soldiers, so your auto attacks deal more. Way back in the day, Azir could win lanes so easily by poking people, it is not even close to being the same anymore. I do not have enough mana to cast my ability, but I'm just going to auto-attack him for my presence of mind in hopes of being able to shield myself when he goes for me, because if I shield myself, I might be okay. So, I knew he was going to probably try to dive me. And because he's going to try to dive me, I just went underneath turret, hit him for Presence of Mind. Presence of Mind gives me back a little bit of mana when I hit somebody as a rune. And then that enables me to, thankfully, get away, or like get enough for my E. What your E does is that you will just dash towards a soldier and get a shield. It is interruptible, but you will get the shield no matter what. Like, somebody can stop you midway. It is possible. You're not unstoppable during it. And that was not that bad. Another thing that Azir takes a while to scale with is that repositioning your soldiers in the past was so easy with your Q. You would max it first, it would have like a 5-second cooldown, you would auto-attack people and deal good damage, and then you'd reposition, and then you would hit them again. Azir nowadays is a little bit different because your Q CD is really, really long, because you don't put points into it, because if you do, you're not going to deal damage to people, right? So that makes his level 13 spike pretty good, because that's when your Q is maxed, and finally you can, like, maneuver much more often. I'm gonna level up to 6 here. I don't know if that really matters, though, I missed too many abilities, it's my fault. This guy has no flash, so I'm somewhat chilling. I still have my E available, so the idea would be he ulties, and then I have to run away immediately. Dang, I really missed that. Because we never want to fight him when he has his ultimate proc. That would be super grief. I'll just pray that there's not an echo behind me and go for the healing in the river. Because you can see the plants on the map when they're spawned. If an enemy takes it, though, it does not make it disappear, so if for some reason mid lane took it earlier, I would not know. Whoa, that was extremely laggy. I don't know what the hell that was, but big stutter there. So I only want to do trades with my Q when I auto-attack him as well. You almost never, ever want to be able to just Q hit and nothing else. You want to try to hit your auto-attacks. So if you land your Q, you better be able to hit him as well. Otherwise, you're just going to set yourself up for failure. This guy's low enough that, thankfully, I should be okay for the rest of the laning phase now. Unless, like, somebody else comes up, of course, but we just saw Echo bot side. You can see that he's TPing back. He might try to freeze it, but, I mean, I did get to shove it pretty quickly, so it looks like he can't do that, and I can just take a base. I could build anti-heal, but honestly, I feel like Aatrox's healing only gets crazy if you get hit by absolutely everything, and also he has way more AD than he has now. So I think I would prefer to just finish my Nashor's Tooth sooner than later, and the faster I get it, the better. Now what your ultimate does is the wall, it spawns behind you and then pushes. It will push everybody. And it does have a decent AP ratio, and it has really good base damage as the game continues. Like, really good base damage. Bummer. I could not hit the person that I wanted to hit, but it looks like that person still got hit. I was trying to push both of them. I was not trying to only push one. So that was the mistake that I made. As you can see, my damage is starting to deal okay damage now, right? With my autos. 143 twice in a row. That's not that bad. And of course, it will get even better as the game continues. I'm just going to go back top lane because there's no reason for me to be here any longer. Azir, honestly, is a pretty safe character unless you're inside of a really bad matchup because you're, it's called a shuffle, I guess. Or a lot of people call it the Shurima shuffle with ultimate related. I'll just say it's shuffle for everything. Just hopping away from people is, of course, very powerful. But certain champions that have low CDs on their damaging abilities can be, like, super annoying, like this guy, of course. And then you have to, like, play off of your cooldowns, and my cooldowns aren't that low yet. It'll get better as the game continues, though. We do have Gathering Storm as well. I'm waiting for my E. I'm just gonna hop away from him again. Your soldiers also do AoE damage to the surrounding targets, and that eventually gets to 100% as the game continues. Oh, I deserve to be killed, honestly. I knew he was going to do that, and I just kind of let him do it. Definitely deserve to be dead for an outplay because I saw it coming from a mile away. I knew I was just going to toss him underneath turret, and then after I toss him under, I should just flash, and if I don't get hit by his Q3, he does get the healing and he dies. He would have not sustained himself enough. But we are at a spike point that is so freaking good for us, so even though I might have made a mistake, I feel much more powerful now. I will say, though, having no boots feels not good. It feels kind of risky to fight people. You can already see how much faster I'm hitting. So my damage ramp starts getting very fast when I have lethal and stuff. This guy does have Eclipse. Which is annoying. Graves also doesn't seem to want to... Oh, no, never mind, he does want to gank. I mean, I'll try to bait him in, but I don't have my ultimate, so... It's all up to Aatrox to just go in. I'm just dead before he even gets there. That's tragic. The reason why I didn't flash is because I already knew that I would have been pulled back and just instantly died. Bummer. So what would have happened is that if I flashed sideways, I think that the last tick was already too late, and it just would have pulled me back into the middle, and I would have lost my flash and died, so I preferred to just die without losing my sums. This is why I feel like having the boots was a big deal. Aatrox still gets one shot, though. I'm not really worried about the game state, just because even though I make mistakes on this champion, it doesn't matter, bro. I'm a freaking Azir. When I reach 3 items, you will see how much damage I can deal as long as I am not getting one shot back. Because, of course, we are a squishy character, and we're kind of short range unless we, like, use our Q to, like, gain distance and stuff. And the mistakes so far that I've made are my own, and not because Azir is necessarily weak, of course. He's gonna hop away. Looks like Zed honestly needs me to hold that, so I'm gonna go hold it because he got super chunked, and then he can go back mid lane. And then we also saw Aatrox burn his ultimate, which should help out a little bit. Your soldiers cannot hit wards. Doesn't work. Sadly, that guy just gets to escape. I'm just gonna go take his turret. I just needed, like, one more auto attack, but I had no soldier yet, and I also needed more QCD. It's okay, though. I tried tossing him into my soldiers, because you obviously deal damage with that. Probably can't get first turret, but we got big damage on it, so it's chill. Now, another thing that I have not mentioned is that your soldier that you jump to has a distance, but if you start jumping to a soldier and then use your Q, you can extend the distance in a pretty big way. So that's the best way to escape people, and that is also something that allows you to beat Azir if you didn't know. You're just screwed, bro. See ya. I'll finally use my flash to survive his 3-hit combo, because his 3-hit combo just does too much damage to me, and I don't want to deal with that anymore. So our ultimate right now hits pretty hard. It does 400 base. It has, I think, a 75% AP ratio, which is okay. When you get to high AP numbers, because deathcap is pretty good on Azir, when you Shurima Shuffle... Oh, I did not mean to proc my passive. Your passive just pops a turret. The turret slowly decays. Any turret kills on, like, minions, or just champions too, counts as your kill. So you can leave lane and last hit stuff. The turret dies very quickly to enemy champions hitting it, though. It's pretty weak. I would say it's just useful for, like, resetting and, like, getting minions. Oh, we'll try out Sword Boots, I guess. And then I will go for Azania's next. Zanya's feels pretty nice on Azir, because sometimes you can shuffle into people behind them, ulti, and then immediately Zanya's to keep yourself alive, because you have to put yourself, obviously, in major danger to, like, get a bunch of people to scoop. You, like, scoop them with your ultimate and throw them away. Or, in this case, it would be into my team. As you can see, when I just get a couple of hits on that guy, it hits really hard, especially if I'm far enough away that he doesn't hit me back at all. I'm just going to ulti this guy back because I don't want to have him escape. I waited for my teammates to do a bait. Clearly the Xayah was baiting all along, and I noticed that, and I just TP'd behind the Samira after she went in, because Samira doesn't have an escape. Most AD carries don't really have good escapes. That is very good. So I'm just trying to hit this guy from, like, super far away with my auto attacks to be a pest and annoy them, and of course, like, deal good damage too. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm so screwed here. That's my fault. I went in too deep. Although Xayah should have not been in the same position that I should have, so she'll die too, maybe. Oh, wow. She just straight line gaming? No! Oh! Oh my gosh, you actually survived. That's crazy. Well played. I wasn't worth a shutdown or anything, so... My mistake was greeting for no reason when we knew they were respawning. Like, what's the point of me going in? That was really stupid. That's okay, though. At least we didn't die during Dragon, because if Dragon was respawning, I would have been really triggered that we'd, like, lose another one because of me dying. We still might lose this Dragon, who knows, because we are losing the game. I might have, like, a slight advantage on top, a little bit, and my jungler might be winning a little bit, but... bot lane's kind of behind, and I guess it's just an even game. I still want to make sure that we get this dragon, though. Damn, I'm not even going to be able to kill him. That is freaking pathetic as hell. The thing is that I just don't deal enough because my auto attacks don't deal enough. The reason why I didn't Zanya's is because even though I will live for 1 second afterwards, it doesn't do anything, and I just wanted the Ryze to be dead, but that guy's just too fed. He has 2.5 items, and I have 1.5. So yeah. That's why he didn't die, because he's just really, really strong. Maybe I could use my ultimate to push him away, but I was worried that maybe we would overcommit if we did that. Because I could have scooped him and pushed him this way. I thought about it. I just didn't know if that would be really that good for the team, though, because, as you saw, Xayah didn't have ultimate, so she just immediately dies. It looked okay at the beginning, though. Azir is pretty good at split pushing, because your damage is very high, but if you fall behind, sometimes certain champions can destroy you. Also, if you get ganked while side laning, you can try to pop a turret and play underneath it, of course, which is pretty strong. I will just play with my Graves. Honestly, I think I should just stick around. Because it looks like they might face check, and if they did, it would be good. But if we got Echo stunned, it would be bad. The top wave is, like, disastrously bad, but the moment of, like, control in this area is so good that I didn't want to give it up for a bit. I'll finally, oh, they probably have this, don't they? It's gone. Oh, never mind, it's not. I thought that it was already low, considering he just was ignoring me. And if he's ignoring me, that normally means that they were just hyper-focused on it, but I think he just didn't notice me at all. It had nothing to do with him finishing it, just... Yeah, I am ready to start this if you guys want. Ooh, there is a Ryze there. Ryze is level freaking 15, by the way. If an enemy sees your soldier, they can see you. Another annoying thing about Azir. I just tossed him away so he couldn't get it. He dies to ignite. Nautilus is too far up, so he will die too. My goal was just ulting the Echo away so he can't try to steal it, because Echo stealing is very annoying because he could use his ultimate to keep himself safe, right? He can go in, and then ulti back out. But because he got CC'd so long, it ruined his where he was previously. And that ruined his ultimate, so he died because of it. I also have my Zhonya's fully completed, and I want to buy it because AP is so freaking important, so I legitimately deal damage, since my damage output really matters on high AP numbers. Like, deathcap next could be totally viable if I wanted it. Other things, like Liandry's versus tank your team comps is fine, but I'm kind of a big damn enjoyer, so... I don't have my ultimate. I feel like we should just let Rel die. Because nobody's really ready to fight that. Aatrox is going to be the one that's contesting me. I think. My team is fighting bot side. Yeah, Aatrox is the one that's going to contest me. Your soldiers, when they have an exclamation point, that's because it's underneath turret, and it's saying that it's going to die very quickly, otherwise they last way longer. It would be so stupid if you could keep them underneath turret and it would just, like, stay for such a long time, right? Oh, my Zhonya's didn't go off. That's okay, though. If he wants to continue diving, he'd probably die. You're just screwed. I'm surprised how you committed for that. That was so ballsy. Ryze is here too. That's why you fight around this turret. If people overcommit for you, and that's why Zhonya's is also super strong, you can't attack with your soldiers while you're Zhonya'd because you literally need to hit them. But your turret can hit them because it's literally a turret. I do not have my ultimate for this fight. We should fight though because this is Soul. And there is one person dead. So even though I might not have R, we do technically have a strength. I also don't have Zhonya's as well, which kind of sucks, because if I get hit by, like, an Echo stun into Echo combo, that would, probably almost one-shot me. They're gonna maybe just go for Dragon immediately, right? I just need to back away. If I continue going forward, it's not good. I made sure to only play around my soldiers there. It all worked out for us. They spent so many resources trying to get us. My team clearly can get it because there's no way Samira could contest with how strong she is, so that's why I'm just leaving them to do it, so I can do another objective and get even stronger. But yeah, inside the team fights, it only takes a few auto attacks to really be influential, because your autos kind of hurt bad, and it's also AoE, and you can do it from really far away, and not only that, you're also a threat that a lot of people know that you are a threat, and when they spend a lot of resources trying to kill you and they fail it, that's a huge deal. So yeah, it's looking very, very good for us. I am level 16. My ultimate does 800 damage, and it's not too difficult to land it onto people because you can normally use it onto the people who go for you, like the melee picks. Dude, I hate this blue buff because it always feels like it can go around that corner, but it can't. I feel like they should just remove that part of it so it doesn't show that way. I'm just gonna Zhonya's because I was worried his last E would maybe kill me because I was a little bit low there. I'm just gonna base and go somewhere else. We'll just build a deathcap next. It's fun going deathcap on Azir. Make your soldiers hit so freaking hard. They deal 400 damage per auto. If you like auto, like you get up to that amount of speed with how fast I'm saying it with lethal tempo, and that's why Azir is late game, because your damage output is kind of better than almost any champion in the game, kind of, as long as you're left unattended. And of course, we're not even at like 3 core yet. Like, imagine a truly long game where it's like, instead of even 3, just 4 items, leaving 1 item slot open. How much more damage you would deal. I am just trying to push hard, and it looks like Ryze just killed himself. I think he might have just ported straight into my team. We can maybe port and see if I could salvage it. It seems like a difficult fight to take, though. That person dies. The Echo was the person that I thought I saw. So as you can see, like, auto, and then I shuffle into him with Q to stay on top of him, and just a few more autos, and he just instantly dies. Azir is hard to pilot, but his potential for being so insane means that if Riot ever buffs him, that's super freaking bad, because normally it can turn into a high elo Azir meta, which is not fun because he becomes pick or ban every single game, especially inside competitive play. So it'd be pretty bad if they did buff a champion that can have, unfortunately, so much presence inside of a game, and some champions are kept intentionally weak because of that. So yeah. We will see what happens if he does get buffed, because he is ridiculous, even if his early game is not really the best. Did most damage, but of course I was hitting Azir like all game. I mean, Aatrox all game. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Peace out. Have a great day. Bye.